Hey chaps, welcome to episode 28 of Nemcast. I can't believe we're up to 28 already. And today we're going to be talking about the Midlands Airsoft Fair, and we're going to be going over... I can't concentrate with talking like that. We're going to be going over some of the details of our event that is coming up very soon. So, brief advert for the event, and we'll be back just now. Cheers, chaps.
Democracy. Yeah, I got more records in the KGB. So, no funny business. You already are.
Drink. I need to make sure everybody's hydrated. Lips moistened.
And we're back. So, how are we all, boys? We all happy and healthy? Dom's got his cringe mask on that he picked up at the Midlands Airsoft Fair. Life is good. His soap mask, special soap. Honestly, he was wearing that fucking mask the whole time around the Midlands Airsoft Fair, just screaming soap. And it was very, very cringe. I loved it. But real tree gloves with it as well. So, let's get down to the actual topic at hand. What did we think of the Midlands Airsoft Fair? Was it your first time there, or was it not? Elliot?
First time there, and I loved it. I got the deal of a lifetime. Probably not the deal of a lifetime, but a very good deal.
A good deal, yeah. Dom?
It was my first time there. I was a Midlands Fair virgin, and I really enjoyed it. There was lots of dudes everywhere. It was
sweaty
really
men in a room. That's all you go for.
It gave me the Warhammer tournament vibes of smells, but it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, considering how close it is to us, it was literally 45 minutes from us, I think, or an hour, something like that. Not far at all.
No.
I don't know why I haven't gone before. It was actually really quite cool. It was nice to see all the different companies. I mean, don't get me wrong, the companies that are there, sort of ICS, etc., there's not a lot of new stuff out. So, you know, the big established names that are there, you're not going to see a great deal of new stuff, but you've got some stock there you can buy, have a look at that sort of thing. But it's the smaller companies that I sort of go for. There was just all sorts of really cool, eclectic little things. Is there anything that sort of caught your attention more than anything? Was it the secondhand area, or was it the the company sort of stalls, or what was it for you guys that you enjoyed?
I was kind of I did enjoy the whole thing, but I kind of expected a little bit more on the second-hand sales
Yeah, I thought
because I didn't
from
realise.
my perspective, I thought there'd be a shitload more secondhand stuff. There was a fairly decent size amount, but compared to the new stalls, I'd expect the actual businesses to be vastly outweighed by the secondhand stalls. But apart from that, what were your thoughts other than the more secondhand? How did you find the businesses and stuff? Were they
All the businesses were great. Like all the people that I actually spoke to, like most of the time it was just going up. Oh, that looks nice. Somebody would come over to you pretty much straight away if they weren't already dealing with somebody. And yeah, everybody was like really nice there, really helpful.
what were the facilities like? What did you think to it? The location, the car park, etc.
It got a little confusing when getting there.
Oh yeah,
Because
everyone went to the
when I put
classic
the-
car show.
I put the pin in, and it took me even further down the road.
Just hang on a minute, Dom. Everyone went, did they? I remember distinctly parking the correct car park, used Google Maps, got to the correct car park, parked up, and I rang you, and I went, "Where are you?" And you went, "I'm here." I went, "What do you mean you're here?"
I'm
He
stood
says,
in the queue.
I'm stood in a concrete car park, and I went, "Mate, this car park's grass." And he went, "Well,
Oh,
I'm
no.
here." I was
I'm here
like,
now.
"Well, I don't think you're at the right place, mate." It turns out you're at the completely wrong fucking side of the event.
Yes, because lo and behold, New York Showground could have more than one event on at a time. Who'd have known? Who'd have thought?
Trust you to get like completely lost. Very
Yes,
well.
after
We all mess up.
walking. That's it. Yeah, it was.
Now let's apart. So obviously, Elliot, your sort of opinion so far, you expect more second-hand sales.
Yep.
But other than that, pretty good overall. Dom, thoughts?
I'm looking forward to going again.
It exceeded my expectations. I thought it'd be a lot smaller. The size was decent for what I thought it was. The barn's a good size. I'm thinking it's going to be a small, shitty little warehouse. But it's not. It's an old cattle shed, but it's quite long.
I can't fucking take Dom seriously with that fucking mask on.
Well, anyway, so we're rolling with it. So yeah, it exceeded my expectations. I thought the vibe was really good. The people were all really friendly. We bumped into people that we knew from other sites. Obviously, Optac were there. There's lots of other businesses. I really enjoyed it. I came away happy for my £5 entry. It was worth it for £5 for 4 hours.
Definitely,
You can't knock
£5 is bang on. The entry price is fantastic. It's really good value for money. And there's a food stall, that like a food kitchen thing, just in the next building. Toilet facilities are there. It's ideal for that sort of thing. I'm surprised it's not more popular for what it is, because you get some decent names going there. People like ICS. You've got obviously Ammo Drop. They're the guys who host it. There's
SOCOM Tactical were there.
yeah,
They're a
there's
big
loads.
name. Yeah.
There's Airsoft Wholesale UK, which is more of a if you're a tech, that'll be a good account to get. There was Trent from Flashbang Smoke, and he also does the Specna stuff now for the UK. There's loads and loads of interest, especially from a business perspective. If I'm going there to pick up trade accounts, that is a really good way to get B2B accounts, is just turn up to that for £5, and you can have a mooch around, maybe pick up a couple of second-hand guns if the price is right, and make some contacts. It's really quite cool for what it is. It's in a good spot. It's nice and central in the UK. Overall, I'll definitely 100% be attending next year.
Yes,
100%.
definitely.
What about you, El?
Yeah, I think we all had a little bit of a fangirl moment when we saw our good friend Rosoff there as well. Everyone kind of saw this table and went, "Ooh, I like that."
It was those gold Lugers. Just you see them, you go, "Them things are cool." But probably wouldn't really try and skirmish them, but they were cool.
No, skirmish them. Skirmish those Springer pistols worth more than an NWS. Do it.
Yes, do it.
Yeah,
But
they're like £700 with a placard. Yeah, they were not cheap.
I mean, it's nature of the beast, isn't it? You got rare, cool, weird things. You're going to pay over the odds.
Yes,
it's just
I
nature
wasn't
of it.
ready for that kind of price, though.
So, obviously, bias aside, because we're doing the event at Optac the Kingdom, so Staffordshire Militara, we can't say they were the favourite stand because it's sort of home turf almost, isn't it? What was your favourite business stand that you bumped into or had a chat with?
I don't know what it was called now. The Gilly Man.
The Gilly Man, yes, I know who you mean as well. Shit, I've got his card somewhere.
Get his card, get his name.
I'll find it.
3/4 extensive list of cards because he speaks to everyone. And Dom will vouch at this event. All he did, well, not all he did, a lot
Is
of
that
what.
one? KTN?
Yes.
That was it. He didn't have cards, but he had stickers.
Yes.
So,
Sound guy. I think he
yes,
pitched
it was a nice chap.
Yes,
He had
it was.
he had some really quite cool kit as well. I was quite impressed with that sort of system he had. What did you think to it, Dom? Because you're a man of the gilly.
I am a salad man, an avid salad enjoyer. Health is my passion. No, it was cool.
It's
It was
not
nice to see.
mask on.
It's not. Now we can breathe. Yes. So I thought.
Fuck off! I just can't.
It's so weird seeing him without his beard.
It's just the smoothest face underneath, that little baby face underneath the cringy
Wait, you've
mask.
even taken the stash off as well.
So
Anyway.
yeah, no, he was a really cool guy. Creating your own ghillie suits, doing that kind of thing. It's a big market to get into. For it's not cheap and it's not easy. But the guy's trying to do something different, which is nice, than not just seeing the novice stuff plastered out, Stalker stuff, or even KM, because those are sort of the big three. I wasn't really saying Novrich is really one of the big three, but he is, because he just appeals to the whatever. So yeah, he was really cool, really chill guy. Other than that, I think my other favourite business was the people at Kydex.
Yes.
Not Kydex, no, that's right.
I know you mean Deadly Customs.
Deadly Customs, yeah,
Yes.
competitor Kydex. They're pretty chill. It's nice to see them in the flesh. They've always got cool stuff, and they were there to make stuff for you as well if you needed something doing. As long as they had the right bits for it, they could have done
I could have
stuff
had a
there and then.
custom vape holster.
You probably couldn't have got, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, sure.
I still want to do a custom vape holster. Even though I don't vape anymore or smoke, but I really want to do like a belt-mounted vape with the tube you normally have for your water in your backpack. Just run that to your vape, so you can just halfway through the game.
Just a massive shisha.
So like you're running HPA, but like vape.
Yes,
plug it in.
The ultimate evolution of HPA is basically someone who vapes.
stipple.
Yes. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, we digress. We go off topic. Who was your favourite court stand? Court. Damn. Sorry, this mask is throwing off my vibe.
It's got to be Invictus Morale, purely because he didn't even have a massive stand. But I've had a few good conversations with him. He's a really nice bloke, and the minute I saw him, he recognised me and we had a hug. So life is good.
Yeah.
And he did stuff that I didn't realise he did, because obviously you go on the website and if you have a good look through, you'll find these things. But I just know them for getting the merch hats and things like that. But he does. One thing that I really liked was, obviously I tend to run a micro chest rig because I'm getting a bit chunkier, a bit being understatement, and I sweat like fuck. So a normal chest rig is no good. I need a micro chest rig. And he does this little pouch that's got Velcro both sides, and it's a zip. It's like a bit like a coin purse type thing. And you can, most micro chest rigs, there's a panel you can lift up.
Yeah.
You could put that in there for change, for your keys, whatever, and it's a handy little pouch. It's just one of them things where you go, that's going to be used a lot. And it's just a cool little idea. It's a cool idea, it's a cool design, and yeah, it just made my day. That little thing. It was only like, what, 14 quid? But
quality of life improvement. Yes. Yeah.
I will say, from my perspective, the second-hand sales side, I didn't see many, in my opinion, deals. But then again, I'm as tight as a gnat's arse. I don't tend to spend more than 100 quid on a second-hand riff.
I would agree. Yeah,
it's the prices were. It's not the event's fault by any means. No. You can't. That's an uncontrollable factor. But for me, because there wasn't a load of second-hand sales as well, that's probably one of them. There wasn't a lot of stuff where I went, that's a bargain. Maybe it's because we weren't first in. I don't know. Maybe these things shift within the first 20 minutes, I'd assume. But overall, I've thoroughly enjoyed the event, the little event, the little show, whatever you want to call it overall. And I'm going to try and plan a podcast with Matt, who owns Ammo Drop, because I want to pick his brains on what made him think to start this sort of event, what made him think, right, I'm going to help other businesses, and how it all happened. Because one thing you don't really think about with stuff like this is the logistics of sorting it all. Because we just turned up, paid the £5 on the door, got the stamp, and enjoyed the day. But they must have had, I wonder how many staff they had on, just like 4 ammo drops stand plus the attendees at the door. They must
fair
have had
few.
10,
Yeah.
15 staff. It's not a small undertaking at all.
No.
And I mean, I
And-
guess we could ask the same question to you, though. Part of Kingdom Clash is that you want the second-hand sales and you want the business, the small business growth. So what made you want that?
I'd be intrigued to know what Matt's take on it is, but my take on it was I've been to a few other events, e.g. NAF. Also, you've got things like, Christ, the name escapes me now.
Shifty Rift.
Shifty Rift, that's the one. I don't know why I can never remember it. So you've
That's
got,
the one as well.
yeah, it's NAF and Shifty Rift. And they're the 2 big ones for me. So you can either get a business stall, which is, at NAF is horrendously expensive. Shifty Rift is far more amicable. And the second-hand sales at Shifty Rift are fantastic. NAF, not so much. Don't get me wrong, you can pick up a deal at NAF, but I felt like NAF's been pushing the second-hand sales more and more to the wayside.
It's not what it's about.
It did peak at one year where they sort of dedicated a small field to it, and I think they might be doing more this. I think I'm going to attend NAF this year anyway, even if it's just for the camping, just because I want to just see if anything's improved. And also some friends, a lot of our friend group are going, so it'd just be a good vibe.
Yeah.
The problem I have with the Shifty Rifts event is location. I feel like we haven't got anything like that more our neck of the woods. So what I'm trying to do is build a rough cross between the two. So the evening vibes of NAF, where you can go down to the bar, have a drink, and a good bit of banter with the lads, and have a bit of a mooch about. But I also want that sort of second-hand sales and the stalls of the Shifty Rift event, because I much prefer that as a layout and as the way they're doing it. Because I think NAF they're going a bit too
mainstream.
It's not even the mainstream thing. It's just they're very expensive.
They're a sellout.
It's very, very expensive to get a business stall, and it's not good for the small business at all. Like in my perspective, if I was to get a stall anywhere, it would probably be the Midlands Airsoft Fair and Shifty Rift. They're the 2 at the moment that I've got a choice from. And what I'm trying to do is open up a third option with our event, Kingdom Clash, and then keep it nice and cheap, as well as have a damn good battle sim. Setting it all up's been quite the ordeal. I didn't think there'd be that much to it, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and it's boggled my mind how much time it's all taken to get things organised. A lot of the lads have got stuck in and helped. BT, who does the game design, he's helped a lot. John, Beard of BB, and just the general lads around me have come up to help do the event filming. It's been nice to see all the lads getting round and getting stuck in, because we're not trying to make it an event based around a personality. That's not what I'm trying to aim for, because I think there's too much that can go wrong. If I was to say at our event, Kingdom Clash, I was to base it and say, there's this influencer and that influencer coming, attract a crowd of people, and they could just say, I can't make it now, I'm ill.
Yeah.
And then you've got a load of people who've booked and it's disappointed. So what we're trying to do is build this event on its own merits.
Yes.
And each year just grow it a little bit at a time. I'll be happy this year if we get about 100 players. I'll be happy as pie. Get a few things up there, a few stands, and it's a start. And then we can go around. I'll be walking around having chats with people and just seeing what I can improve for the year going on. But I think we've got the foundation there. The foundation is very much in place. The gameplay's design is nice and simple, and there's lots to do. So people shouldn't get bored. I've tried to design the game where there's not going to be any deadlocks. So if you're stuck in a firefight in a village for more than 15 minutes, another objective go live, so you're not stuck. Because there's nothing that boils my piss more. I mean, stuck in a building or a village or something where you move forward, you die a bit, and just rinse and repeat, and you start to get exacerbated by it all. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
People get agitated really quick.
And
If they're not making no progress quickly,
so
mood's going down. Like a
People
cheap
don't like
hooker on a
the-
Friday night, she's going down. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Anyway, so what I'm trying to do is make sure that an objective, if there's a firefight going on for over 15 minutes, we'll probably put another objective live, or at least get it started, so the teams can separate and move forward. We've got the beer tent, or I keep calling it the beer tent. It's the beer van. So it's a converted horse box by the Bentley Brook Brewery, our local brewery. Good bunch of lads. I'll be towing that up there in my landy a couple of days prior to the event to make sure it's all set up and in place and let the beer settle.
Oh, we'll have to check all the beer, make sure it works.
Oh yeah, sample them. But it's that's one thing I wanted to get nailed down, because one thing, and he's gone.
One thing we want to get nailed down.
Yeah,
Do you know what I want to nail down? It's a load of.
Right. So I was trying to nail down with the event that I wanted a decent beer stand, because the one thing that lets down Shifty Rift for me personally is I'm getting a lot of feedback, like audio feedback from one of you two.
Is it any better now? Maybe it was the hat turning around.
Noise has gone. Yeah, I think you're getting some audio feedback
from the hat.
I'll give you a hat.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so the thing I wanted to get nailed down was the
Every event needs a good beer tent.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether it's
I want to get nailed down the beer tent, because the problem is with the Shift Your Rift event, because it's an MOD site, their sort of limitations on beer vans, food vendors, that sort of thing going up is a bit limited. So that's one thing I wanted to work on for us. So we're hoping to get 2 food vendors. So we've got like the Burger Man, typical burger van style. And then I'm going to see if I can get a hold of a pizza van to come up, do that sort of side of it as well in the evenings. And then the beer thing will be there all weekend. I'll see if they can get some sort of coffee facility going. So they've got a couple of choices to queue from for coffees and things. But the problem is with the Shift Your Rift event is you can't have a cooking stove just with your tent. You're not supposed to cook in that regard. So that's one thing we'll be able to do at our event. That's one thing that I want to sort of get sorted, is look at other events and go, right, they're doing this really well. I'm not going to copy them in that regard. I'll do it in my own way. But what are they doing not so well that I can really hone in on?
Yeah.
One of those is sort of the beer tent side, the beer van side of it and that sort of stuff.
Taking the good parts from loads of different events.
Whilst NAF, as a contrast, has a really good beer and food scene, and the sort of the little, how to describe it, the little shopping area is really well done. The gameplay's shocking. It's dog shit. You can have some fun, don't get me wrong, but it's just a shit show. And that's one thing that I've gone, right, let's look at NAF. What can we do better than that? And that's our gameplay design. So we've taken a few things from different events and gone, right, let's do this better, let's do that better. Now, the last thing I really want to get nailed down is getting people, getting more players booked on. It's going to be a smaller event this first time around. It's going to be, because you've got to get people's faith and trust in the first event to make sure it's right. Then the word will spread, and the next year we'll double it. But what I need to try and establish is, how am I going to get more businesses interested next year? What's the clincher for them? Is it numbers, or is it circumstantial? Is it how the economy is running? Is it just less people are interested? Because even at the Midlands Fair, you saw some of the big names, but I expected to see a lot more businesses out and about.
But maybe they have been, but the footfall isn't worth the turnover. Because if you've got, at NAF, you've got these almost, let's say 3,000 guaranteed people walking past your stall. If one out of every 20 buys something, that's a good volume of sales.
Yeah.
And that's going to cover your pitch fee. But if that's every day, now obviously it doesn't quite work like that. It'd be nice if the economy played to the rules. So I think numbers will have a big factor on the vendors that do and don't come. But it'll just be a balance of getting it right.
Yeah, it's a growing thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to ask Matt from Ammo Drop is, what was his first Midlands Fair like?
Yes.
Is it comparable to something like we're doing here, where the first one might be quite small and you're relying on the faith of the people who have booked on to just stick to the guns, then next year it'll be bigger? Or is it going to be, maybe his first year was just a roaring success? I don't know.
No.
Tom, why? That fucking
I
mess.
can't stop laughing at him every time.
I need to breathe. So
take it off.
But anyway,
no.
But I'll be interested to hear his perspective. That'll be that. and that's what I want to hear. I want to hear the perspectives of other event organisers as well. I'll probably reach out to the guys who run the Rift events, and I'd be interested to have a conversation with the guys who run NAF. I really would. I know we sort of started the podcast by criticising them quite heavily, but that was from a place of we wanted it to improve. It wasn't just to shit on it and say we're never going again. I'm going this year. So I'd like to hear. It's the sort of main reason I started the podcast was to hear the business side and the perspectives of people in this industry, and see how we can help. Not that we'll be able to help a great deal, but to help people understand and help how to improve things, because it's conversations that improve things all over.
Yeah.
And the one thing I haven't really considered until I started organising our event is how difficult it is to organise events and plan weekenders. A skirmish day is pretty easy because all you've really got to do is plan your games roughly, because it's fucking team deathmatch. Make sure you got the shop stocked, capture the flag, basic games, really, really basic stuff. And you advertise it and expect walk-ons. It's not that really difficult, but that's sort of part and parcel of running an airsoft site, I suppose. But running an event, especially for the first time, if you're unfamiliar with it, you're in at the deep end. And I'd really be interested to hear other people's experiences with it. And I'm sure we'll hear some horror stories. We might hear none at all. It might all be glowing easy stuff, and I'm just a fuck up and haven't and struggled for no reason. But I'll be intrigued. And what's the plan for the next podcast? Are we going to review the Kingdom Clash event, or how we can improve it? What do you reckon?
Well, I think that'll be in a few weeks' time. There needs to be a bit of time for that, because we are just over 3 weeks away, aren't we, Court?
Yes, just over 3 weeks. So by the time this releases, I'm going to say it's probably about 2 weeks away,
give or take.
So it's the first weekend in July. Our event is.
Link in the description to get booked on.
Yes, the link for the booking is in the description, just so people are aware, because I don't feel like I've advertised it quite enough in this regard. The shooting competition, we are having a kill house with attack sense. So you'll be running around shooting the attack sense targets. So it's based off accuracy and time. Now, the first prize, I've decided to go a bit bigger with the first prize, because I'm sick of seeing events and raffles and things of this nature where, congratulations, you've won a Vorsk pistol.
Sick of them.
And
want something good.
Don't get me wrong, it's nice to win something like a pistol or whatever. A Vorsk pistol's worth about 70 quid at trade after postage. If I'm not going to lie, by the time I could buy one at wholesale price for probably sub 70 quid. And it's cheap, and yes, it's going to tick a box, but it's not going to attract people for an event. And it's not going to attract people for a shooting comp. And I want people to have good memories. Yeah. I want people to look back at this event we're doing first year and go, that's where I got my gun from, and it's my favourite gun. So I've decided to put my personal M16 forward. Now, it's a GMP M16 with a mil-spec front end, and it's got all the kit and caboodle inside. So it's got 16:1 helical gears. So it's buttery smooth. It's got a brushless motor. It's got a Jeftron Leviathan with a real field trigger system, decent barrel, decent hop unit, and it's just a lovely gun. It's a really nice, crisp, well-running gun.
It's really nice to shoot.
Yeah, it's good.
Got a really nice trigger, and it's quite quick on full auto.
Yeah,
and I wanted it, and he's given it away. Bad man.
It's close to a £600 gun. If you're to buy the rifle second-hand and do it up, that's the rough estimate cost. If you're to buy it from new, you're talking nearly an £800 gun. It's a good prize, and that's the first prize. Or you can choose from that, or a full-length Vietnam style M60. That will be a little less bougie, but you'll have that option. If you're an LMG kind of guy, you can choose that. It's a little bit of a cheaper price, but maybe you prefer that. And I'd rather give something like that as the prize than, like I said, just a pistol. I think it's cheaping out. It's not giving it the correct weight of you really want to work for that first prize. You want people to compete for it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And just to re-mention, the M16 and the M60 that'll be on the first prize options, they'll both come with a technical spec sheet. So if you ever come to resell them, they'll have a full list of what's inside of them, who it was built by, signed for by me, and all the FPS and everything, all the details, what it's recommended to be run on, what BBs, what weight BBs, etc. So if you ever resell it, you've got the details with it. I'll have a copy of it as well. So if you lose that, piece of paper, you can message me and I'll send you a fresh copy. So, the M16 is going to have a year's warranty, and the M60 will have 6 months warranty on labour. So if you break it, bring it me back. I'll get it fixed for you, free of charge. So it's a good win. The second prize is going to be some Cribgot stuff and some BBs, 4 kilos of BBs. And the third prize was going to be a free game day, if memory serves. So not only are we going to have this sort of battle sim event going on, there's going to be a decent competition that's worth entering on its own.
Yeah.
So there's the beer tent, there's decent camping, decent toilets. It's going to be a good event, and it's a solid foundation, a solid start. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone there. And don't forget to book using the link below. Now, while I'm on about booking, clicking buttons, etc., just do us a favour, go down and click on the subscribe and the like button on this video. It really, really helps, because we're trying to grow the channel. And every view, everything we get, we're getting more views than we are subs. So that's something that's going to really help. What's the one thing you guys are looking forward to about the event?
Seeing the boys, getting everyone together, because that was one of the points that we wanted to make about it. Was that with the groups that we play with, there's people up and down the country, even in some smelly country really far up north. Which
we built a wall to separate them, if memory serves.
Because the last time I saw him was a year ago. We get to see him if the boys are getting together. If everyone's getting together, it's like, right, I'll come down for that. Owen's coming down for this, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
The tomfoolery. The tomfoolery to be had with friends. You can buy guns, you can buy material things. You cannot buy tomfoolery.
Yes.
That is what I'm looking forward to.
I mean, that mask is differently.
that is literally the embodiment of I have bought tomfoolery.
Yeah,
I am tomfoolery. But that's what I'm looking forward to, is the tomfoolery, the memories, the fun, airsoft, men, getting showered.
Sweaty men.
Showers.
Ram Ranch. Style.
Toilet review.
Yes, Nemtac toilet review.
We can do a review in the toilet while we're there. We can do a real life toilet review.
In-house live stream toilet review.
Look, I think we should just have a podcast all sectioned up, but in separate areas of the site. One of them will just have all three of us sat on a bog each with the camera opposite.
No, in the same toilet.
Just toilet. Next to the stalls.
Just stack one on top of the other, just like that, and then we're just going to sit there. Yes.
But for me, I'm most looking forward to, after the games, everyone's had a good day, and we have a few beers and we sit around the big campfire area, and we get to meet new people as well. Because one thing I've noticed is every event we go to, we make new friends, and there's nothing better than sitting around after a good day of airsoft and just chatting shit.
Yeah,
a few beers, a good laugh, wake up mildly hungover the next day, get on with a bit more airsoft. Everyone's going to be, happy, had the fill of gameplay, and then Sunday, one more pint, and then home.
Is there camping Sunday night, or is it home day Sunday?
Now, it's supposed to be off-site at 4:30.
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Okay.
The staff will more than likely have the ability to stay for that night, because we're probably going to have to hang around and clean the next day, that sort of thing.
Hold. I need to sneeze, sorry.
I was expecting just to lift that and just vomit. Just
right. Staff can say, sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So more than likely, I think the ability for staff to stay and whatnot, and some of the integral people to the event, if they want to help clean up, I'm fairly sure we'll be able to stay the Sunday night. But as far as players are concerned, if we could get kitted up and left off-site by sort of 4:30, 5 o'clock, that'd be ideal.
Cool.
Because I need to spend my Monday walking around that site, walking around the camping area with a bin bag, making sure it's fucking spotless. Because
shit, people.
There's one thing I want to do, and that's respect the site that's let us have this event.
Yeah.
And respect the people who own the land. and make sure it's fucking spotless. I'll be cleaning the toilets, that sort of thing, going a bit overboard because it's the right thing to do. But that's why I said I will be. But yeah. Anything else you want to go over, chaps? It's a bit of a shorter episode. We knew it would be. We're all a bit tired as well.
It's one of them times. It's like we're all getting prepared for this event.
Yes, it's what it's like for me. It's very much the quiet before the storm because I'm halfway through a workshop move. I'm building a workshop at home for those of you guys who follow us that I don't realise.
Court decided to put himself through hell.
Yeah, absolutely fucking hell. Yeah. So, long story short, I've just been on abroad for the first time in ages. Don't get me wrong, we didn't have much money to do it. It's just we haven't been away for years, and it's landed at the very much the wrong time. And we're also halfway through a workshop move, so we're moving the whole of Nemtac to a building that I'm building at home.
A temporary structure.
A temporary structure. As well as getting this event going, doing the advertising, as well as servicing customers. It's been a balancing act that I've maybe not balanced perfectly, but it's no one's perfect.
And as a result, all his hair has fallen out.
Yes, I'm now smooth, incredibly smooth.
Not as smooth as the man we just saw a picture. That man was very smooth.
Anyway,
so very smooth right now under that mask.
I think that being
very hot. Sorry.
That being that, let's close the episode off. Thank you for turning up to our chaps.
Before we go, no. Before we go,
whoa.
Bring it back, Courtney. What happens if you don't have enough ammo for this event? Where can you buy more ammo?
Warhead UK. They are under rebrand. They are rebranding very soon. So keep an eye on the social medias. They will be rebranding. We'll be sharing that post out because I want to make sure people are aware. But for now, if you want to get a discount on the BBs that they have left under the Warhead banner, it's use Courtney, capital C, Courtney M5. That'll get you 5% off at checkout. I'm not making a penny out of it, but it'll save you 5% in total. If you're ordering 20 kilos of, say, 3.2s, it's a decent saving. It's enough to go get yourself a pint. So treat yourself to a pint, use that code. So
I've got one more. I heard at the event that you were speaking to Mr. Capman in Victor's Brown. So does that mean that Nemtac caps are going to be back in stock?
Yes, we'll have stock. We'll have caps. We're going to have some caps. We're going to have some patches. It's not going to be a great deal of stuff, but we do have some stuff. We're going to have a little stall set up just if you want to get something as a bit of a memory, whether it be a good memory or a bad memory. We'll find out very soon. I hope it's going to be nothing but good memories. So, yeah, that being that, boys, let's close this episode off because I want to play a game of Armour. So, yes, right. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. And I hope to see you all at Kingdom Clash. Don't forget to book below. Cheers, chaps.
Ooh.